Hey, so some people make like speed paints and stuff like that and voice over it. So I figured I'd do something like that on my own with a couple of my more recent works. Okay, so right here I'm drawing my friend's OC, which is called Charity. Pretty much just a fun, lovable snowman. So I actually started this drawing when I was in the middle of a park, just sitting down, and I was listening to some of her music, and I thought, oh, this character looks fun. I should draw them again. So I started to do the outline. It wasn't until I got back home that I actually finished the rest of it. Okay, so here I'm kind of making I'm adding the claws and stuff because before that it was just like round fingers, which isn't part of the design, and I'm adding some of the tail and the hoodie, and that one arm that like reaches around the camera. It wasn't my original idea, so I mean that was kind of good on my part. It made the drawing more interesting and it less just like a rehash of the original design. Like it has to be a little more dynamic. But that one arm at the bottom, I don't know which side. I might be dyslexic or something, but I just could not get it to work. Okay, I'm adding the hair a bit, and at first I wanted to make it like to have a stem look where it's like thicker in certain sections, but with every single other line being the exact same like width, it just looked weird to me. So later on, yeah, right there, I fixed it up, and I think it definitely looks nicer. Okay, yeah, there I am fixing that bottom arm. Not actually sure if I made it better, but at least I finished it. Okay, here I'm adding the base colors. So yeah, there was a bit of a struggle, but okay. I'm adding the base colors, and in the drawing down there, there's barely any shading, but I thought I should add some. Oh, I'm also adding a background, which is kind of like a snowy, like just I guess it's just snow. I didn't know this until later, but I guess there was already a drawing that had like a snowy background. Okay, I'm adding some of the shading now, and honestly, I thought this looks pretty good. It added a lot of depth to the actual drawing. Just slight shading, and it made everything look a bit more 3D in a sense. Okay, and this was the idea to make it look like a recording, so I blurred the corners, which actually made it messed up the lines a lot, so I had to barely add any blur. Even then, you can see a little white spot in the top corner. Okay, I also added this border for some reason. Alright, here's another drawing. This one was made for my friend, because I promised them I'd make them a design of their Booksona with cat ears, and I decided to fulfill on that promise. Okay, so here I was making the base outline with using their original image as a source. I also added the tail and the ears, which I'll get back to later. So here I was. Okay, I added some it was originally gonna be fur. Oh, there. Okay, the eyes I made with explosion, an explosion brush, but it didn't work out well, so I just used barely any. Okay, here I was making the ears look a bit more looking like fire because that's what it is in the original. And then I looked at their human version of their Booksona, and I copied some of the background elements from that and tried to add more depth to the design by adding a couple of the details from the human version, like the weird arm things and also the purple boots and the cape. The cape was a necessary feature. I also added this. I was gonna be more prominent, that weird line thing on the cover, the spirally one, but it just looked out of place, so I just made it a bit more faded. Then I added some glow to the background, and that was pretty much the full design. I just touched up on a couple of things, and I think it was oh yeah, yeah. I also added the name of the Booksona to the corner using the same explosion effect. Then there's the glow, and here I was saving a couple of versions that was just the drawing without the background. All right, this drawing was made for another friend. Yeah, wow, who knew I had so many? But it was based on a Discord exchange that using our characters from Tamagotchi life, and it just seemed funny, so I decided I'd actually want to draw the exchange as if it were happening between the two versions. Oh yeah, I should explain. The two versions are of the same character, my OC called Mountain. So I was making the lines, and there's a height difference between the two. My version was a bit taller. My version is on the right, by the way. So there I was making the lines, and Honestly, I thought I had it pretty good at this point. At least my version. So, okay, I was adding the eyes and stuff. Okay, then there's the base colors, which for that version, it was kind of basic, so I had to add a little shading just to make it, like, not as basic, but you can still see, like, there's a contrast in terms of design, like, complexity. Okay, so then I started on my version. The arms, like, in the original image were, like, really white, which were just part of the lighting, I guess, but it made it look like, I don't know, they just had tons of sunscreen on or something. Okay, so I made the little bowler hat and the freckles and the coat. Okay, here I was adding some of the text, which was based on the exchange. So there I was. I had to scale it a bit and position it so it would look good. And I added the :3 just because why not? It fits the character. Okay, here I added the background. I was gonna make it have elements from both versions' backgrounds, but mine just looked better, sorry, but I added the window, which was from theirs, then a few nondescript furniture elements, and the lines on the background. So here I was, yeah, so I didn't want to make the background too complex because it was supposed to be just a small drawing, and I don't want it to take away from the original. Then I was done. Yeah. Okay, this is the final drawing that I'm going to be showing for this video, but it was when I made a version of Mountain that was just modeled off of a fish. This was during a time when I was just, I don't know, I just wanted to draw a mountain in the shape of different items or things. So I drew the outline based on the original image, then I started to add the coloring. I wanted each like section of the fish to correspond with, you know, the elements of the actual Booksona drawing. So I made that little checkered drawing for like the brown parts. Also, do you see that weird little thing on like just below Mountain's mouth from the original drawing? Yeah, I didn't patch that up until like way later, back when I almost had the entire drawing finished. I just didn't see it, I guess. And I thought these little squiggly lines that were a bit brighter looked pretty cool. Then I added some of the shading to make it look like they were actually underwater, you know? You know, I wonder, are these like a species of fish? Are there like tons of these swimming about? I don't know. Okay, then I copied the middle drawing and I copy and pasted it to the background so that it would cover the background fish, so it actually looked like a school of mountain. So I was doing that. Then okay, I added some of the bubbles just to add it so that it's not just this big middle thing, and it actually looks like a full drawing. And then I was done. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that's it with all that I wanted to do. Just ramble into a microphone for a couple of minutes. So I hope you enjoyed this, whatever this was. It was kind of just talking over drawings, but that's what you clicked on this for, right? So yeah, that's kind of all I wanted to do. Uh, a lot of these drawings, or a lot of these, there's four. I can count to four, but the two on the top, that was pretty recent, and I actually really enjoyed that. I'm not I'm not the best at art, or I really like talking on the fly, at least coherently. I don't know, I kind of stumble over words sometimes, but I don't know, I like this. It's pretty nice. I might do some other drawings because I don't know, it's been a while since my last video, and I don't want to leave y'all in the dark, my loyal fans. So yeah, I wanna at least do other animations, or at least more other content. I might do Tamagotchi Life again, but I don't know. It was one bad comment, and it put me off from doing that forever. Okay, so yeah, I think that's it. Thank you for watching. If you have, I don't know why you would have been watching this long, but if you did, I truly commend you. Alright, time to say all of my catchphrases that I say all the time. Wowzers, woo gambling. Ah, rats. Jinkies. I don't say that, that's Scooby-Doo. Okay, yeah, that's how you know I need to go, when I start saying jinkies. Okay, see ya. Have a nice time. Bye!